Hi everybody, thank you for stopping by Living to Do's channel. Today I'm going to do a movie review. I'm going to do a movie review on a movie called The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlin. This movie is a true story. Before I get into this movie review, I would like to ask you to like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel. And also you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. So let's get started with this movie review. Like I said earlier, this movie is based on a true story. It was about a man named Kenneth Chamberlin. He was a elderly man. He was a veteran. He lived alone. He was hard of hearing. His health was declining, and he had one of those devices, like a life alert device, um, so he can communicate with somebody who could get him aid, first responders, if he needed it during a health crisis. One night, while he was sleeping, his life alert goes off, and the operators that handle that device is trying to get in touch with him. He didn't hear the phone ringing. He was sleeping and he's hard of hearing. Life alert people, they contact the police to check on him, like a wellness check. That's what the services, does. Those one of those life alerts. They contact whoever to get aid to the person in need. When the cops come to his door, they're knocking, waking him up. He's getting this phone call that he's very confused why someone's being sent to his house. He says it's a false alarm. He doesn't need assistance. The cops want to come in and check anyway for themselves. He is a prideful man. He didn't want their services, and he didn't, I guess, trust them anyway. Um, Kenneth Chamberlin was an elderly black man, and of course, he has reservations with dealing with cops. And he was trying to let them know that he is okay. For him to open the door so they could come in and assess the situation for themselves. That's not something he wanted to do. He knew his rights and he didn't want them in his house. They didn't have a warrant. They had no reason to enter. There was a lot of back and forth. They finally, I believe he showed his ID at one point, but they still wanted him to open the door all the way and let them in. He begged Life Alert to contact the police and let them know this is not necessary. They did so. The cops did not care. They still wanted in to assess the situation themselves. The cops called more cops. It was a heated situation trying to get inside his apartment. He did everything, Kenneth did everything to barricade himself in his apartment and not let them in, because he knew his rights, and they didn't have the right to come into his home. There were some good police officers on the scene who thought the situation was getting out of hand and going too far, uh, and spoke up. But they were subordinates of whoever was the head person in charge on the scene, and speaking up made the head person in charge, mad. They reduced the good cops' duties on the scene, and they proceeded to do what they wanted to do, was get into Kenneth's apartment. Um, They finally get in, and this is uh, just so unnecessary. They had all kinds of tools. It was a steel door that they had to get through to where Kenneth was. And they finally get in. He's trying to defend himself. They felt necessary to shoot and kill Kenneth. Um, it was just horrible to watch this and to know it's a true story when these cops they had their like, I don't know if it was body cam, but definitely audio was being recorded, and the real audio of this encounter is just chilling. You hear the officers calling him the N word. This man is elderly, sickly, and minding his own business, and you have the audacity to call him out his name because you, for whatever unnecessary reason, wanted to get into his apartment. And to prove what? I mean, he's strong enough to defend himself in his own home, but you felt the need to just barrel through into this man's apartment. What what problem do you see in here? Is there really an issue to kill this man? At the end of the movie, they play the real audio, I guess, that must have been played in court. I don't think there was, I'm not sure if there was a court hearing on this because um, in the true story, these officers were never charged. So um, I don't know why. Maybe it was for a lawsuit that somebody obtained the recording of the real audio that took place on that night. This is just a tragic, tragic story. Um, Interesting enough, I think we need to make more movies of incidents like this because the way this story got to me was through a movie. So I think this is the way to connect with people. It's actually documenting uh, things that went on, and we need to document things maybe not for the here and now so much, but also just for posterity to let people know in the future, or even when you have a court a lawsuit, and or you're going to see a pattern of behavior. Things like this definitely need to be well documented, and documented that how nobody, the people that are responsible for this man's death were never charged, and how things are overlooked too many times. Just keep showing a pattern of that. Um, the movie was chilling. It was unfortunate, just very tragic, sad story, a true sad story. Uh, but it's something that we all should be aware of, and many of us should watch this movie. It was done very well. Um, that is it for now. I will do other movie reviews. Um, Again, please like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. And you can find me on Fanbase, the new monetized app that is out. You can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. Thank you for listening.